Must be Friday. Oh, I hit the wrong button. Okay. That's the correct button. I hit the wrong button, dude. You're trying to push the button. Alright. Is this song ever end? I don't know when this song ends. Quick question, folks. Does this song ever actually end? Or does it just go on forever? Breakdown. Okay. This must be the breakdown part. This is the part where you sing the chorus and then go wild. Break it down. Right in. Lordy, Lordy. Did we make it? Oh yeah, we made it to the end of the song. Boom! What's up, everybody? It's the 26th of November 2021. How you all doing out there? How you doing today? How are you doing today? Are you recovering from whatever induced coma you gave yourself? Did you give yourself a coma? Have you put yourself in a position where you're within reach of a coma? Is that what's going on? Somebody mentioned early in the chat. Oh, subscribers only. That's right. You have to be a subscriber to chat in the live chat now. Which, hey, I'm sorry to tell you, it's free. So do it or not. I don't care. But it's a free situation where you could click a subscribe button and talk in the chat. I feel like that's a fair trade-off, right? That you just do a free thing and then that's it. If you want to talk on our Discord or play on our Minecraft server, you got to become a member or a patron. Okay? Members and patrons. Members over here. Patrons over here. You all get access to our community, and we got to update these numbers, guys. We lost one of our members. I don't know what happened to them. If it was something bad, I'm sorry. If it's something bad, I'm really sorry. It's a bummer if something really bad happened. But if it's just a credit card expiring, hopefully we'll come back. Hopefully they'll come back. You never know. You never know. But we're down to 73. We lost one. We don't know why. We're just out here wondering, you know? Joel G's wondering, where do I make my $0 payment? You know what? The $0 payment is just paid out in full to the subscribe button. Easy. Simple stuff. Now, I want to address an elephant in the room that somebody has pointed out to me with many inflammatory emails that no matter how many times I block this person, they continue to create new accounts and send emails to me about how I'm a scumbag and how I want to make money off being on YouTube. And I don't know how many times I've mentioned it on the show that, like, yeah, I want to make money off making YouTube videos so that I don't have to work other jobs. Now, does that mean I would quit working all other jobs entirely? Probably not. But I would like YouTube to be my mainstay of doing video production for you guys, making videos for you guys. And, yeah, I feel like I've always been straightforward about that. I feel like I've always been straightforward about going like, hey, guys, if we make enough funding, I will make content, right? So to address that elephant in the room, that's what's up. That's why we want members. That's why we want patrons. That's it. That's the only reason. So I can make YouTube content about aquariums and be able to do that in the work time of the day, right? During the work time that people work, right? I would like to be able to make YouTube content instead of having to, for instance, go dig a ditch through somebody's yard to put in a new doo-doo drain pipe out because it broke. You know what I mean? So that's my whole reasoning behind that, is going like, yeah, I'd like to be able to work on YouTube videos Monday through Friday during the work time when people are working and I'm able to work and I'm able to have childcare and stuff like that. Instead of having to stay up till like 2 o'clock in the morning working on content and then getting up at 5 in the morning to go work and dig holes and run electrical wires and put up drywall and do all the kind of stuff that I normally do as a job, right? That's the reason for that. So if that's a reasonable explanation that people would be like, hey, you would like this to be a job? And I go, yeah, that's what's up. So if you'd like to become a patron, you can. You can go over to Patreon and do that. Or you could just click a join button on here and pick whatever tier level you want to sponsor the content at. Full disclosure, if you're somebody who sponsors the channel for a lot of money, I will make videos about the topic that you want me to. Like, you can suggest, right? You could suggest what videos to make, and I'll be like, dang, I'm going to delve into that. So, yeah, that's just a full disclosure of how things work, that when people invest money into things, they're able to have an influence on how those things go, right? That's just generally how that works in the world, and that's how it is. Now, we also have one other thing that I want to get out of the way at the beginning of the show here. We've done an amazing job as a community to help out our one of our fellow members who's going through a pretty rough time, and I don't want to delve too deeply into what it is because Carson's wife has done a fantastic job of explaining everything that has gone on, and you can. It's probably five minutes worth of reading. You can read through all of everything that has happened. Robin has done a great job of posting images of everything that has happened. If you go over to the GoFundMe, Carson is in recovery from some pretty serious medical issues, and if you wanted to spin over there and donate $1 for the holidays or whatever, it would be greatly appreciated by everybody around here. And if you can't, once again, we always try to make the free thing available to everybody. You could just go over to the GoFundMe and share it out. You could just head over to like Boomer Meta Book, whatever it's called now, Boomer Meta, and post it up on there and hopefully get a few eyeballs on the situation that could help just kind of stopgap a really difficult time for some awesome homies. You know what I'm saying? Members of our community going through some medical situation that no fault of anybody's, right? Yeah. Slinkyscapes, as long as it's reasonably sourced. That's right. As long as it's reasonably sourced. From the elephant tusks. I don't think that there's any elephant tusk that's reasonably sourced unless it is Unless it's that antique stuff, like, because you can't buy elephant tusk unless it's been proven that it's antique, so that it was like it had already been harvested like 100 or 80 years ago or 50 years ago or whatever the thing is. But I think it would be incredibly difficult to scape with. I think it's just cost prohibitive too. Like, it would be extremely expensive. So that's my response to that comment. But I think realistically, you could probably find some wood that would be way cooler, or some elephant skin stone, which might be like on a parallel thought. It might be on a parallel thought. It might just be like a parallel thought, you know what I mean, of the elephant action. But the elephant skin stone, I actually have some. I got it from, don't remember where I got it from, some company in like Illinois or something like that. Got it from there. And it actually works really well in aquascapes, although I will say it is fairly difficult to keep it pristine looking. That's something I would like to point out to anybody that might be thinking about picking up some of that stone. It looks really good, but it's difficult to keep it looking pristine. I will admit that. So that could be an issue of running into. And also, it's when it gets large, it's pretty heavy. So I would keep that in mind. But I think most people realize that, like, large rocks are heavy, right? I think most people would realize that large rocks are pretty heavy. Carson's asking, how would horn hold up in an aquarium setting? In the limited experience I've had with dealing with like elk horn in aquariums and stuff like that, I've seen that they've held up fairly well. But bear in mind, elk horn is keratin, so it's made out of hair, so it's not going to last forever. And I would imagine that it would be a decent temporary thing. And when I say temporary, maybe like a year or 2 years or something like that, before you probably yank it out, and it's probably maybe getting a little weird by that point. But I think if you were doing an aquascape with elk horn, it probably would be for, like, you know, a real themed aquarium that you might end up changing it fairly frequently anyhow. So I think you'd be fine for 6 months or a year or something like that with elk horn for sure, and without too big of concerns. As far as like cleaning it goes, I know there's a lot of people out there that are super paranoid about putting things into their aquarium and like whether they're clean. I think realistically, if you run stuff underwater and brush it off with a brush under just some hot water from the tap, you're generally going to knock anything off that's going to be on there, like polycarbons, any kind of pollution from air settling on it and whatnot. You're going to knock all that stuff off. I know that people are pretty paranoid about fungus or bacteria or something like that getting to your aquarium, but it just shouldn't be. It just shouldn't be a concern. I think what most concerns people should be worried about with putting outside objects into their aquarium is just thinking about possible pollution and stuff like that. That's what you should realistically be focusing on, in my opinion. Wesley's Fish Club used his member post. Look at that. And it says, I want to make sweethearts to Joel. Oh, well, hey, man. If you want to make sweethearts, we could probably make sweethearts, right? Or is that sweet love? Well, I'm off the table. I'm in a committed monogamous relationship, so I don't know if we're going to be doing that anytime soon, Wesley. But we could always be in a bromance. You know, we could always be in a bromance. That's no problem. I'm game for that. Do you guys get rhino stone over there? Lovely gray smooth stone, and it's in the groove over here. I don't know that I've seen really anything in rhino stone. Let me. I'm gonna do a quick Google search here on the rhino stone aquarium. There we go. It kind of pops up pretty quickly. Pisces USA. Let's see. Rhino stone. Stone per kilogram. Okay. So that's probably going to be... Oh, yeah. We just don't call it rhino stone over here. This comes up a lot. And I'm trying to think what it is. It's... Oh man, my geology is just so bad right now. I just really haven't spent a whole lot of time thinking about rocks of late. But this pops into my head. Oh man, I don't even want to say. I don't even want to say what it pops up into my head. But we do have stone like this that's fairly easy to get a hold of at landscape gardens and stuff like that. Because basically, yeah, I think what that is it's a slate that has the rounded. It's just kind of been tumbled. It's so if you think about it in a geological stance, it's like you'd have a bunch of slate, it would break off, and it would kind of roll down the hill and essentially end up kind of getting rounded as it just sits and exists on the planet, right? Now, the elephant skin is the one that I'm kind of all about right now, and that one actually has these sort of layers in between it. I really like it. I think Boost Plant, I think SR Aquaristic, a couple other places sell it. That's the one I'm kind of hip to right now. But yeah, I guess this Rhino Stone is just kind of like a tumbled slate. I think realistically, what it's looking like. Aquarium Galaxy Rock. What is this? One of the weird things is that because of the popularity of aquascaping now, we're getting so many different products on the market, which is great. But it's almost a double-edged sword with the like how many street names type stuff is coming into things where it's like, oh, we're gonna call this the Onyx Stone or the Magical whatever Stone, and I've mentioned this many times in the past that like the street names to me sort of start to confound everything that is happening with people trying to communicate whatever product it is that they happen to be utilizing and stuff. So I would try to keep people away from that, but it just seems impossible to get people away from the street naming of things. And it's just going to seemingly continue on for likely forever. Zip gun is... we're going to make a quick segue here and give a shout out to Zip Gun for being number one first to the chat. First to the chat today. I know that some other people tried to claim first to the chat, but I don't know. I'm just going to put it on record here that Zip Gun was first. Matt Romero, Alyssa Bentley, and Pipex were the others. Recab Harris also, Rumbust, Zelfrenide, Paula Kreinberg, Kiwi Mamo, Joel G, Tony Franzen, Big D Smoke, Mr. Maldo, John Barnes, Slinkyscapes, Carson Anderson, Steve Bearteach. I think I got everybody that seems to be in the chat today. Yeah. Okay, shout out to everybody. There we go. Magic stones. Yeah, Carson, that's a good point. It's like people like, come get these magician stones. You're like, what's happening? Don't know what those are. What are those? They're magician stones. Like, oh, like diamonds? Like, no, not diamonds. Yeah, so it's one of those things that we could definitely end up getting into really confusion land when everything is just populated by a street name, and then everybody's just confused and doesn't even know what's happening. Carson says, stick to local source stones, keep costs down unless it's so that you have to have. Well, the thing is that like if you're going for something specific and you happen to be somewhere that doesn't even have any kind of stone like that, then you are definitely going to have to import something. Like Dragonstone would be a perfect example. It's like you're just not going to find that outside. So I'm in favor of some of the stone being shipped around. Maybe not like the environmental impact is that great, but I just don't foresee a better way of doing it other than implementing a lot of plastics and fiberglass and all this weird stuff where people are just making stuff out of things that are more polluting than burning some fuel, moving it around, right? So I am a fan of that, and I also think it is important for businesses to be able to have products like that on hand. Because I think it's a possibility if you're to go to a local store, see some really interesting hardscape stuff that that's likely going to inspire some people to work on some new projects, which is, I think, very, very important not only for the hobby, but just for the average person. Like I think it's very inspirational for people to be able to go check out materials and make stuff. Whereas if we were going to be sitting in the space, in the mind space of going like, well, we can't pollute anything. I think that there's a benefit to like not polluting, but I think it's a lesser benefit than people getting inspired and whatnot. I did mention that Alyssa Bentley is in the chat today. You guys will notice that today is Friday and Alyssa is not here. It's just too busy because of the holiday to try and do the show today, and it's just going to be a lot easier on everybody that would just do a solo show today, and then she'll likely be back next week. I don't know about you guys, but I got my sister and my mother are in town, so it's it's one of those things. We got like people here, we got stuff going on, we got dogs, we got just all this wacky stuff happening, and it's like, hey, we'll just have a fun little Friday here. We'll do some memeing and streaming and talk about some stuff that's ongoing right now, especially because holiday season is kicked off. There's all this Black Friday craziness that's going on, which I got to admit, it's just like you're just going to spend the next couple of days deleting a nonstop thread of just email after email after email of constant Black Friday promotions, which is just, I mean, I get why businesses are doing it, but I also feel like it's unbearable at this point. It's just unbearable. Like, if you were going to do a 30% off sale, why didn't you just do it 2 weeks ago? Or 3 weeks ago? Or a month ago? Or 2 months ago? I don't know. I mean, like, why is everybody dropping all of their sale all on the same day? It's just annoying as all get out. And it's like people playing Christmas music in August, Like, what are you doing? Like, are you just intentionally being annoying? So yeah, the Black Friday thing is just bonkers. One of the weird things is that I don't think that Aquarium Coop Black, because I know as far as I know, yeah, here's the thing. So here's the thing. So you guys know that I work a lot for Aquarium Co-op. I do a bunch of stuff for them. And one of the things that like I'm so in favor of is like, when is the next sale at Aquarium Co-op? So this is on Aquarium Co-op's webpage. I'm not like just making up a quote, but Aquarium Co-op no longer holds sales or special deals on holidays like Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Memorial Day, 4th of July, Labor Day, or New Year's. Instead, we chose to always offer our best prices up front while still providing rapid United States Postal Service priority shipping, quick customer service response time, and tons of free educational content in the blog articles, online forums, and YouTube videos. So, like, this is one of those things. Like, Corey and I talked about this years ago. Just the crazy hardship that doing this wacky Black Friday nonsense is, right? When you try to do this crazy sale at nearing the end of the year when you could have just done like 11% off all year, right? Instead, you do 29% off if you order within this 24-hour period, and then all of a sudden your entire business is just flooded with orders all on one day when there's just no possible way to handle the influx of business. And guess who suffers? Like, the workers suffer, the business suffers, and the customer suffers. Like, everybody suffers because, it's like, let's just take Aquarium Co-op off of the table and not talk about that at all. But how many Amazon workers right now are losing their minds because they're just going to be under a never-ending string of like Black Friday orders, right? So it's just like, and who misses out on that? Like, people accidentally picking the wrong product. It ends up in your box. It comes to your house. Then you got to return it. Then you got to blah, 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 all this like crazy stuff. And it's like, but you could have just done 10% off in August and sent it then. And there would have been like zero problems or anything like that. It's just super weird. Voera says, submit to your capitalist overlords. And I happily refuse. I happily refuse to submit to the capitalist overlords. No, that's not going to happen. Yeah. Alec the Nice says, that's what I'm talking about. Skip the BS. That's right. You know, it's one of those things. It's just another reason why I like doing work with Aquarium Co-op, just to understand that just how well thought out they are, how caring of a company that they are, that they're really taking into concern, you know, not only like the business side, but also the worker side of things, and just how kind of wildly impossible it is to maintain this weirdness when you could have just given everybody a better deal and a better experience all year long, right? It's just kind of nutty. Slinky Scave says it's crazy because stone in our aquatic shops is quite expensive, yet you can go to the garden center and pick it up cheaper, maybe because they buy it in bulk. I think a lot of it has to do with marketing, like I was talking about with the street names earlier. It's just that it's more often than not being marketed in a way that gives you the idea or the impression that this is a valuable item. It really is. They're just giving off the impression that something is more valuable. And, you know, it's just a known, realistically, it's just a known sales thing, right? Like if you were to say there's only one lime green Ford Ranger. They only made one with this paint job on it, right? And you go like, well, I want the lime green one. And they go like, well, it's $4,000 extra. And you're like, well, I'm going to finance it and make bad decisions. So I want that extra $4,000 one because I want the only green Ford Ranger, right, of that specific color. And there's really no difference in the product. It just has been marketed to you in a way that's like, it's exclusive, you know. So you get kind of hammered on that kind of stuff by companies at times when you realize like you're just buying slate or granite or marble or basalt, and you kind of realize you're paying a lot of money. But I've made videos recommending people to go to landscaping places first and foremost before you go buy anything anywhere else, because, you know, some really simple testing, you can find out if that stone is inert or not and put it right in your aquarium for a much cheaper price than if you were to buy something that's specifically for, air quote, aquascaping stone, right? Yeah. Alyssa Bentley says, at least in aquarium shops, you can look at the wood and you know the internet talks about using manzanita or spiderwood or mopani or whatever, and then the local fish store has labeled it that way, and you know. So the easiest way, in my experience, to explain for people to buy aquarium wood, buy any wood that takes a really long time to grow. It's basically the easy way to put it. Anything that can grow in a swamp or anything that grows in the super wet area, just don't put that in your aquarium. It's going to break down super fast. Anything that has like a really strong aromatic to it, like cedar. Now, I'm not saying it's impossible to put cedar in an aquarium, because you can, but anything that has that aromatics to it generally is a no-no. Just don't do it. You could end up running into problems that are much more they're much more rage-inducing than required to just have a nice aquarium, realistically. But anything that's growing slowly, has tight, that would be considered a hardwood, is generally what you're gonna do. Carson says manzanita from Arizona. Most of the manzanita in the aquarium hobby, or in the U.S., is generally coming from California, although it does grow in Oregon. I believe it does some in Arizona, but don't quote me on that, because I haven't really looked to see if there's a lot there. But California, Oregon, and southern Washington, there's just a ton of manzanita. You can actually go get it. I think a good Western Washington wood to go find would be Madrona wood is generally like a good one that you can go look up. You can find some Madrona trees and find some fallen branches. That one's pretty easy to find in Western Washington. That actually works really, really well. They're normally up on cliffs and stuff like that. So if you see kind of pseudo-rocky cliff areas and things like that, they aren't growing down in the swamp or anything like that, generally speaking. But Madrona is a good one that you can find in Western Washington. There's not a ton of them in Western Washington. You got to kind of search around to find them a little bit. But the downed branches off of those will work really well. And if you do find a big one, you're going to find a lot on the ground to kind of work with. Is pretty much the easy way to go in Washington State, realistically. Where'd my chat go? I clicked on a window and my chat went away. Open chat. There we go. But my favorite supplier of Manzanita wood is this Manzanita Burl Works. So it's this Manzanita Burl Works, the source for quality handcrafted Manzanita, and you go Manzanita Burl Works, manzanita.com, and you can go to Aquarium Wood and you can order just a big old box of aquarium wood from them. Like this one right here, the AP2, 30 pieces of 30 pieces of Manzanita it's trimmed, it's dried, and it's sandblasted, so it's all clean. 30 pieces for $80. And I think last time I bought it, I think shipping was $18 or something like that, because I think it was like basically $100 for a big old box. And then you can go buy like big stumps and specific pieces from them if that's something that you want to do. Obviously, they're going to be more expensive because they're specific pieces, and that just costs more instead of putting random stuff in a box. You know what I mean? So, but that's my favorite place to get Manzanita. It does come in pretty blonde from there because it's dried and sandblasted and cleaned. I don't know. The link is manzanita.com. Here. Let me paste. There we go. There. Yeah, Manzanita Burl Works. Pretty easy to find. Burl spelled B-U-R-L. And yeah, so that's my favorite place to go to get Manzanita. The one big issue is that you have to call the guy. If you're going to place like an online order, you have to call him, which pisses people off. And I've heard it like over and over and over again that people get super pissed, but they literally want to talk to you to make sure that they're sending you the right thing. So to me, it's a minor inconvenience to just call and be like, hey, I need a couple boxes of this, and is it really $80 or what's the deal? And he'll send you out a bunch of cool stuff. So I think it's fine by me. Same with wood. It's abundant in the local forests on the ground, but expensive from the shop. Yeah, I mean the big issue is that like if you live in an area, you're most likely not going to be able to find a hard wood to put in an aquarium. You can put soft woods in there and stuff like that, but just be aware they're going to break down and decompose. Like it's just kind of that's just how it's going to be. So I generally recommend people to get the nice hard wood because you spend your time and your money building an aquascape or building an aquarium, and then you're spending all this time taking care of it. The last thing you want to do is end up putting something in there that's just going to break down super fast, right? You don't want that stuff to break down super fast because you spent time working on a thing. You want it to sustain for a good amount of time, right? Instead of it just breaking down and then have to change it again just because you have to. It's always nice. It's much nicer to change it because you want to change it as opposed to having to change it. Yeah, from Tony. Yeah, the stream of emails is maddening. Yeah, it is. It's crazy. I think in the last 20 minutes, I've gotten 4 emails about some kind of Black Friday sale, and it is mind-bending. And I even got a text message from a company about their Black Friday sale, and whether or not I'm going to stop doing business with them is sort of irrelevant to what it is that I'm about to talk about. But my first thought upon receiving a text message from a company to come buy products from them was to never do business with that company ever again. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but you're straight up sending me text messages to come buy some products from you. Dude, I pretty much was my initial response was, I should probably never do business with these people ever again. Ever again. I'm literally getting a text on my phone to come buy some aquarium plants. And the thing is that, like, aquariumplants.com and Boost Plants, they both send out text messages to my phone number, right? Which is, like, I feel like is a step. It is a giant step over the line as far as I'm concerned on, you know, I got to put my phone number in to place an order with these companies, right? Like, I have to put my phone number in there in order to complete the order, correct? But then they, like, take my phone number and start to use it for marketing, and then send me text messages about their Black Friday sale. It feels like a giant leap over the line. And my initial thing is like, never do business with these people ever again. Like, ever again. In any aspect, right? Like, that's my initial response. Like, maybe even it's a product that they sell, will literally just be like, I'll buy an inferior product from somebody else that doesn't text me, send me texts, right? It's insane in my mind. In my mind, that's like, your marketing has gone too far. It's bad enough that you have, like, ads on Facebook, you got ads on YouTube, you get emails, you get this, you get that, but I'm literally getting text messages on my phone, which is one of the few alerts that I have left on my phone, is like, you've received a text message. Like, even phone calls are silenced, but if people leave a voicemail, I'll get a text. But you know, and maybe I'm being unreasonable, but I honestly feel like you've invaded my space. You've invaded my personal zone of, like, oh, dude, I'm just out here chilling, trying to eat a sandwich with my daughter because it's around lunchtime. Bzz, bzz. Oh, crap, I got a text. Hold on. Maybe it's a family member. Maybe it's a friend of mine. Maybe it's something. Nope, it's a business wanting me to know about a sale. Like, I don't know. And maybe I'm totally off base here. Maybe I'm just being bitchy. Maybe I'm just being complaining or whatever. But I feel like it's a real reach over. So yeah, I got a text from Boost Plant. And Peak Design. Peak Design's the other one. Yeah, Peak Design. So buy our camera straps and our camera bags. It's Black Friday. Buy our camera bags. Like, what? It's a real. I just honestly feel like it's a real step over the line of into my personal space. Rumba says, last few days I've got SMSs from 3 stores, all with instructions for canceling further messages. Yeah. It's just like, Hey, maybe I'll just cancel all of my relationship with you forever, company. Okay. Like, I guess we're done. I guess we're done here. Oh my God, YouTube gives us new critical analysis, and it says members gained the last 31 days is 3, which is down 40% from the last period. You know what? I don't know about these reports, but these reports are depressing because we go back just. So this report goes back November, October, August. Oh my God, we had 85 members back then. Let's see if we see more. How many members did we have? Daily? No, we don't want that. Line chart? Bar chart? Oh my God, all these charts are bad. We're down 8. We've lost 8 members. Oh my God. See, like, this is why I don't like to get report cards. I just wanna make content. But I get a report card that says everything's gone down in the last however many days, and that's just not good. It's almost as bad as getting text messages from companies to buy stuff. I'm going to turn off my phone's alarm here. It's one of the few alerts that I have is a reminder to do a live stream with you guys, to come out here and talk about some stuff. Talk about some stuff that's going down, right? As far as like the daily news that's going on, I don't know. You can also text stop to opt out. You know, I mean, I guess so. I guess that I could go out of my way and text a company to tell them to stop texting me or whatever. But it also, you know, it feels like, what am I supposed to do to, like, it's not an interpersonal relationship. You know what I mean? It's like, I could tell my ex-girlfriend or whatever to stop texting me, but that's because we had a personal relationship, and you could just go like, yeah, look, I just don't want you around anymore or whatever, right? But it's kind of weird to have to do that with a business and just be like, hey, business, I know I bought some tchotchkes off you a while back, but don't text me anymore. You know, like, hey, can you stop texting me, business? We're not in business. You know, we're not in a business relationship. Business, stop texting me. It really feels like a not me kind of job. You know what I mean? Like, it feels like it's kind of crazy. You know. Big D says the only place to send me text is Classic Firearms. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Lumpy Dog stopped by to say, you demand. Oh, man, you got to stop by and hit that like button. It's very important to hit the like button because we don't even have a dislike button anymore, guys. YouTube took away the dislike button, and they started giving us new reports that are really depressing, you know, as we lose members and whatnot. And, you know, there was a point in time where I was, like, getting a laugh out of the diamonding. And, you know, maybe 2022 is the year of, like, I'm not laughing about the diamonding anymore. I'll just be super depressed about the diamonding. But, you know, for today, it's probably because of all the turkey I ate yesterday that it's a sad reminder. It's a sad reminder that the diamonding is continuing on. Anywho, where did my notes go for the show? Oh, that's right. I had to restart the computer. Something, I don't know what it is. Maybe Matt knows. Matt's in the chat, I think. My mouse cursor, every once in a while, turns into these little tiny 4 lines and dots. And I don't understand what's going on. And I have to restart my computer, and then the cursor turns back into an arrow, a pointer arrow. I don't know what that is. I don't know what the issue is with that. And if there is some kind of way to repair that, it would be amazing. It's probably a catastrophic failure. I mean, let's be honest here. If my mouse cursor is turning into something other than a pointer, it probably means this computer is going to explode. I would guess. Oh, wow. Oh, you know what? Alyssa brought up a good point here. How was the turkey day? Yep. How was the turkey day? Uh, Turkey Day was fantastic. My mom, her husband, and my sister are here, along with Victoria, myself, and Olivia, the micro peanut, my daughter. Where's Olivia's? Is it this one? There we go. We'll bring back Olivia for today, and we'll bring back the Olivia badge for today. Why not? We actually had a really good time, man. It was really chill. Vicky did a lot of the cooking. She did the lion's share of the cooking. And yeah, I think she was kind of excited to just cook for the day and not have to do work stuff, not have to be like knee deep in taking care of Olivia. Just kind of cook and make stuff and kind of hang out and have that good time. You know what I mean? And so I think she was kind of just into it. She wanted to make food. She wanted to make some pies. She wanted to do that. And definitely enjoying our new kitchen space, right? And, I think that's where her energy was at. That's just like how she wanted to be motivated for the day. And so she did a lot of that. I didn't have to do a ton of stuff. We cooked the turkey pretty basic. I mean, we roasted it in the oven. I will say, like, our new oven was running a little hot, running a little quick. Turkey cooked faster than expected and was a little bit on the crispy side, like not in a bad way, but a little crispier than expected. But we do have the convection oven now, and I think that's the big differentiation with the cook time on the turkey as compared to in the past. So if you it was a little different. It was a little different, but nothing bad. And Vicky made the yams with the marshmallows on the top, and those got a little toasty. But other than that, it was pretty uneventful. We just had a chill time and hung out, and then I wanted to watch that Shang-Chi movie last night, and everybody else was too tired. Everybody else was going to bed. So I watched the final episode of Cowboy Bebop, and I will say this. At the beginning of the Cowboy Bebop series, I was enthralled, enthusiastic. Having watched the last episodes now, my excitement has been lessened, and I do not like the ending. So I'm not going to do any spoilers. I normally do spoilers on Dr. Black's show. Cowboy Bebop's only been out for a week, so I'll probably talk about it a week or two from now. But I will still say the character design is great. The acting is great. The set design, the cinematography, music, it's all fantastic. It's a fantastically good show. The story went some weird places that I don't know how I feel about, but I definitely want to digest it a little bit longer before I really go bugging out about it at this point. Aqua Blue Bear says, "Man, I'm late. I really, really late. Been missing the like button and stuff." Yeah, I mean, you gotta just lay your body down onto the like button. Just lay on it. Just blah, right on top of it. Then you also got to lay your body down on the join button. Hit the join button. Lay down on the Patreon. Go crazy. Take out a whole bunch of credit card debt if that's something that you are into. If you're not into that, then don't do that. I wouldn't encourage that unless it's something that you're way into. Maybe it's your weird kink. Maybe you have like a weird kink and it's credit card debt. Then I would be like, hey, look, do your own weird thing. Do your weird thing. That's fine. But if not, then don't. You get what I'm saying? I'm not trying to give out bad advice. I'm just saying if somebody happens to be into a thing, they could be into it. You know what I mean? I'm just, I'm just that kind of guy. The character near the end, yeah, lol, yeah. I'm not really sure where they were going with the ending there. The ending, I just say, with Cowboy Bebop, I got to figure out the ending. I'm not really 100% sure what's going on. The Wheel of Time series has come out. The first 3 episodes, I really like them. I have more issues with the Wheel of Time series than I do with Cowboy Bebop. Now, having seen the whole Cowboy Bebop, I probably have the same issues because it seems to me that like shows are taking their leeway with known characters, right? And I don't think that is that great. It's like if you made Firefly season 2 or whatever, but all the characters were all completely different. Like you could have, let's say you even got the same actors, but all of a sudden, like the characters' motivations, decision-making process, all that kind of stuff is just flipped on its head. Like let's just say Mal or whatever is evil, like from Firefly, and then you're like, wait, why? What? And it's like, oh, because it's different. It's a different show, and you're like, why is it a different show? Like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Like, we already have the characters. We like the characters, It's just weird. Yeah. Voris says, I saw the first 2 episodes. They were entertaining. I like Rosamund Pike's effort and performance. I agree with that. The guy that plays Lan is not good, though. I do not think... I think the casting on that was way off. Like Matt Cawthon, I can get behind. Rand, I can get behind. Perrin, I can get behind. Rosamund Pike, for sure. Nynaeve makes sense. All those characters. I feel like the casting with Lan was weird. Like, I don't even think like he's big enough to be Lan, like physically. Like, I don't think he's physically dominating enough to be that character. Maybe I'll have to go back and read the books again. And imagine that Lan is like, I don't know, 5'9", sort of 185 pounds dude. My impression from Lan was that he was a giant, like chiseled jaw dude from the north who was like, 6'5", the Rock size, right? Like that was my impression. And then we come to the Amazon show, and it's like just some average size guy who's just sort of like, yeah, I guess I'm just here, And like they even put it into the show where they go, you don't even, this is like the first time you've really talked, and you're telling us this now? And it's like, he's been jabbering on this whole time. So I don't know. It just seems fairly odd to me in the age of human growth hormone, clearly actors having access to steroids and all that kind of crap in Hollywood. If anybody's wondering, just go look up Hugh Jackman playing the Wolverine, right? That you would have a guy who's just not even that built to be like, oh, he's the big sword fighting guy. He's the big giant sword fighting guy from the north. He's from the Badlands or whatever, the Blight. Like, he's like from the Blight, but he's just kind of just a small dude. I don't know. It was very weird. It was very, very weird to me. I just think it's like a kind of a pretty bad casting, which is weird because I think Brandon Sanderson was even involved in sort of the storyline of the show, which is kind of like, it's a little bit weird. Not too bad so far. Yeah, I think Rosamund Pike's performance, I think, actually is really quite good for Moiraine. Although I do find like I think the story that they're writing is a little bit weird. I think the story of her, the dialogue between her, I think it could be pretty easily more mysterious. I think you could have made her more mysterious, but also more developed to the viewer, but not to the characters. I think you could have definitely gone that route. And I'm super pissed that Elias Machera has not even showed up in the show yet. and they've gone past the point where Elias Machera is introduced in the books, and I always felt that like I had the most in common with Elias Machera out of all of the books, all of the characters in the books. I always felt the most kindred. I always felt the most kindred spirit or whatever with Elias. I always kind of, that was the guy that I sort of identified with. Like, hey, you know, I did the people thing, and then now I'm kind of over the people thing. I'm just hanging out in the woods with the wolves because, you know, that's a much better lifestyle for Elias. You know, I always felt that was kind of the character I identified with more than anything. Hey, it's chicken and broccoli, my dude. That's right. Yeah, it's clearly chicken and broccoli. That's how Hugh Jackman is able to play the Wolverine. It's clear that's how Chris Pratt, that's how he became just, he was kind of just a wildly overweight guy who would constantly eat rack after rack after rack of ribs as a joke. I don't know if you ever heard that before. It's popped up on my autoplay YouTube a few times. Him talking about how he was eating all you could eat ribs as a joke, and he ate like 8 racks of ribs for lunch one day or whatever. And that guy obviously, it's just chicken and broccoli. Like that's what's going on. They're just eating chicken and broccoli, and that's how you just lift a couple weights. That's it. It's all good. I sussed the like button on my phone. Had to restart the app like an old dude, though. That's legit. That's legit Aqua Blue Bear. Aqua Blue Bear, not to be confused with Aqua Bear or Blue Bear or Aqua Blue, but Aqua Blue Bear, right? Yeah, so I thought that was really cool. I haven't seen the new Ghostbusters yet. I think, unfortunately, it's going to be quite a while before I actually get around to getting to see that movie. I think our next reservations are for the Spider-Man. I think they're for the Spider-Man whenever the Spider-Man comes out. I think I'd have to look up our calendar events to see when that is, though, because I think that comes out on. I don't know. I don't know. I'd have to look up the calendar events, but I think the next time we get to go see a movie is for the new Spider-Man. Far From Home. When does that come out? The new Spider-Man. I don't even know if I can't even show you guys the thing. Thursday, December 16th. So I'm guessing it's that weekend, the 18th or the 19th. Will be the next time we get to go to the cinema. I think that's right. Hold on. I'm gonna check because I don't want to be wrong on the show here, and then people spoiler it for me. Although it's pretty common nowadays, movies get spoiled for me before I get to go. 18th, 19th. Oh my God, it's not on our calendar. This could be a problem. It's not on our calendar. Uh-oh. So, but either way, like, I guess the reason I was talking about that was just because I don't know when I'm going to get to see the new Ghostbusters. But as far as I know, the new Spider-Man is the next movie we'll be able to see in the big screen. Kumail I do not know how to say Kumail's Nanjiani. Is that right? I think that's right. Yeah. Chris Hemsworth. Now, Chris Hemsworth, I think, might be one of those guys who is sort of the aberration, because I think Chris Hemsworth was like jacked long before being an actor, and I'm pretty sure that guy works out all the time and always has worked out all the time. As far as I know, he has the bodybuilder smell to him. It has been passed down the line to me from some people who have had interactions with him. Very nice guy. Has the bodybuilder smell. Whatever that protein bodybuilder smell is, he has that. So he may or may not have been just getting jacked long before. So he might be the aberration, Although I will say this much, like, if part of your job is being super jacked like that, I think it's pretty easy to assume that you're going to spend a couple hours a day working on it, you know? Um, I would imagine that, like, if somebody signed me to a Tom Cruise type $20 million movie type deal, I certainly would spend 4 to 5 hours a day working out and being in extremely good shape. I would imagine, you know? Because right now I'm not paid $20 million a movie. I'm paid $0 a movie, and and I spend probably a half an hour a day working out, whatever, you know, throw up my weights, do some hiking around, get some extra steps in, that kind of stuff. So I could imagine that if you are on the payroll and you're getting paid a lot of money, you just go to work, you know. Oh, the first I've heard of the smell. Oh, the bodybuilder smell. Bodybuilder smell. What is it from? I always forget what it's from. Sniffing ammonia through a single-use ammonia capsule. No. That's not right. It's a specific smell. It's from the like high protein diet. I think that's what it is. Let's see, bodybuilder body odor. There's a certain smell, and I can't remember what it is. It's from something. I think it's from like the high protein diet, or something like that. Which is weird because like I'm not even like looking it up. Yeah, here we go. It depends on what they eat. However, because of the protein shakes, especially whey protein and the amount of eggs and protein bars, yes, they have an extremely bad smelling farts and whatnot. They might take Tums or other antacids and Beano. But people I know that are like extremely deep into the bodybuilding, like they're constantly working on it, they have a distinct smell, and I think it has something to do with the protein diet and the working out and all that stuff. But if you've ever been around it, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, then you'd be like, huh? But yeah, I don't know. It's, as far as I know, it's fairly well known. But yeah. Byron stopped by and said, "Hey, Mr. Oshin, hope you had a great Thanksgiving." I did have a great Thanksgiving. It's fantastic. The weekend's going. It's going pretty well. We're gonna go to the zoo lights later, and I'm kind of looking forward to that. Should be fun. I'm gonna grab my camera and take some pictures. It reminds me, it's actually really cold outside, so I should take my camera and put it outside and let it cool off in the cool air out there before we go. Karen Sony apparently took up the offer from the studio to do the personal training for the Deadpool movies just because it was free. You have to pay big bucks to get that kind of personal training. Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. With the so for the average person like you and I, personal training, the diet care, all that kind of stuff, like it could really easily get into the $500-$800 a month, kind of stuff. But when you get into that, like that upper echelon movie stuff, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. Voera says working out every day. I mean, yeah, it's part of the job. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like if it's your job, my expectation would be you'd be in fantastic shape. I mean, it's just a reality. Like a good example of somebody who does it for their job would be like Britney Spears, who gets out of shape. This classically Britney Spears stuff, right? I'm not throwing shade on the gal, all right? She seems like a cool person. She seems like a normal person, which is probably not great for Hollywood, right? Or the show business, right? Because she's probably just a regular person. Anyhow, when she was like not on tour, she would get fairly out of shape. And then when it came time to go back on tour, she would get into this crazy workout regimen, which I don't recommend that fluctuation. That fluctuation has got to be incredibly difficult and incredibly bad for your body as far as I know. But that would happen to her all the time. And so I think, like, if you were looking for an example of, like, here's what they are in movie shape and not movie shape, I think Britney Spears, like, not on tour versus on tour would be, like, a good parallel to look at and just go, like, oh, wow, she was, like, 25 pounds heavier and kind of, she was healthy and flushed out and stuff when she was not on tour. And then when it came to get on tour, it's like cutting water and running in those wrestling sweatsuits and all that kind of crazy stuff. And you're like, whoa, that's got to be hard on you, bro. But yeah, don't tell me to leave Britney alone. She's fine. Britney's free now. Britney's free, apparently. Even in my sphere of trying to not pay attention to stuff, I legit ended up hearing about how Britney Spears is no longer in her weird that financial arrangement that they were in, which just sounded crazy bad. It just did not sound like a good situation to be in. Prime member, you have an unused Prime benefit. Oh my God, Amazon is sending me like unlimited freaking emails. It's like it's free. It's like it's free to them to just send me emails. Like, what's the deal here? It's a storm outside here. I got towels wrapped around tanks waiting on the power out. Batteries charged, water mixed and ready. Bring it on. Yeah, I mean, you know what's weird? Like preparedness for storms and stuff like that. I don't think that there's really anything quite like in the aquarium hobby, just how ready people are trying to get. My best advice to people would be to get a single use generator if it's something that you can afford. If you, in my experience, if you buy one in the summertime, they can be pretty affordable. You can set up a generator to run outside and run some air stones and stuff like that. Although nowadays there are some battery options out there, which I did share this a little while ago. One of the battery banks, but the battery banks are getting to be pretty expensive, realistically. They're not crazy affordable, but the one that I liked, and I think it's in my Amazon store. I don't push the Amazon stuff on you guys clearly enough. So I probably should like aggressively push it on you guys all the time, but we are an Amazon affiliate, so I'm probably supposed to. But where was that battery bank? It's kind of a bigger one, but it's what was it called? Blue? I don't remember what it was called. All right, hold on. I might have to just take a minute and look this up. Yeah, like here's one right here that's 60,000 milliamp hours. That this would actually run some USB air pumps for quite a long time. I think you would be pretty shocked at that, because air stones seem to be the one thing that are the big issue when the power goes out. Is running some oxygen to your tanks is probably going to be the one thing that you really encounter as a difficult thing to deal with. Is trying to keep the water at least like oxygenated enough. I've never really had a problem with the big temperature drop, even when I had the power go out for a couple of days in my fish room, mainly because I insulated the space so much that it just stayed. I mean, it wasn't super warm in there or anything, obviously, but it was warm enough. It didn't drop down and get super crazy cold. And so I wasn't really all that worried about that, but I dropped a couple of air stones in, and everything generally worked out fine. So I'm not like hyper concerned about the power going out because, you know, I have the ability to drop in a couple air stones and, you know, I'm not that crazy worried about it, but, you know, I understand, like, if you're somewhere where the power's going to be out for a long time, I would just get a heater. You know, personally, I would get not a heater, a generator, and then just run the things off that for certain points in time. That's all I would do as far as preparedness goes. But, I mean, I guess you could wrap the tanks in towels. That is just insulating the tank, so it's probably helpful. Where did my... Oh, there it is. Okay. USB airstone and small battery backup. Keep me good for a day or two. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Yep. That's the thing that I would... that's the thing that I would personally go with. But, you know, everybody's situation is a little bit different, and you might end up wanting that or not. You know... Karan Sony. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out who that is. Oh, yeah. The guy in Deadpool. Yep. Actually, I mean, I'll put it this way. If they want me to be in Deadpool, I will be in Deadpool. Straight up. Like, without hesitation, I don't think. I mean, unless I had to pay a lot of money to do it.
Being auctioned,
clearly, because like paying a lot of money would be an issue because I don't have a lot of money. So paying a lot of money, then I would have a problem. But if they were like, "Hey, we want to pay you to be in Deadpool," I probably would. I would for sure do that. That's a movie franchise that I would for sure show up to be in. The other one would be. The other one would be Dune. If I could be in Dune Part 2, man, there's probably a lot of stuff I would do to get into being Dune Part 2. I'll tell you that. I will tell you that out loud with my mouth, live on the internet. I would love to be in Dune 2. Part 1 of Dune was amazing. I would gladly go be on set for 20 hours a day to try and be in that one. My cat is upset with me. I will not hold her, only pet her. Yeah, dude, I don't know about cats, bro. I've had a cat. I had a cat when I was a kid. I haven't had a cat in a long time, so I mean, cats are kind of crazy as far as I'm concerned. Oh my God, did we have like the only super chat we had today was Wesley using his super chat message, the free message. Okay. Found mine on Bang. Good for like $4. All right. USB airstone and small battery backup, keep me good. Yeah. I don't know what Bang is, but that's interesting. Apparently, there's a small group of grifters that attempt to put people under conservatorship without their knowledge. When successful, it's very difficult to get free. Yeah, actually, that's the conservatorship has been ongoing. That has definitely been an issue. You know, especially in the United States for quite a while now, and it's incredibly difficult to get off if you're like a poor person. I don't know why it was so difficult for Britney Spears to get out, because it's clear she could have all sorts of lawyers and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know why it was so difficult for her to get out. But typically the people that end up in those conservatorships are like elderly, disabled people that don't have a lot of ability to have anybody help them out, you know, with this issue. So I could see how that would be that, you know. Yeah, but normally in the States, what ends up happening is people that can't defend themselves are the ones that end up into those predatory conservatorships. Let's see. I got rechargeable solar. Okay, I got rechargeable solar or mains for each tank that will run for 6 hours unless the roof and walls blow down. Now there you go. So you already got the rechargeable solar and whatnot. Yeah, you're probably fine. I don't know. I'm probably giving you no advice whatsoever, realistically. It sounds like you got most everything pretty solidly figured out. And but yeah, I mean the main advice I'd give to somebody who's not prepared is get a USB battery bank and get some USB air stones and just drop those in there and let the ability to have some oxygen in the water, just go that route. That's probably going to be the easiest thing for anybody to do. And it doesn't really take any technical know-how. If you can plug things in and drop things in the tank, you'll probably be fine. Carson says, I missed Dune. Where to watch? Is it still in theaters? So I saw it in the theater. And I think it might still be in the theaters, I would imagine, because it was pretty big deal. Let's see, where can we watch it? Dune movie. Yeah, it's still in the theater for sure. Looks like it's still playing everywhere. And I wonder if it's streamable. I don't know if you can stream it. Is it streaming yet? Dune is no longer on HBO Max, but you can still watch it soon. I think it was on HBO Max. How to watch Dune 2021. Dune 4K Blu-ray release date 2022. Oh, okay. It's available to stream for 31 days from Thursday, the 21st of October. Yeah, so we're past that. Okay, so I'm not sure where you can stream it right now. It looks like you can watch it in the theater, or there doesn't seem to be a streaming. Yeah. It doesn't seem to be streaming anywhere because it only streamed for 31 days. I don't know why, but apparently it was streaming for 31 days. And yeah. So then I don't know where. Then on Blu-ray, I guess? Yeah, I don't know. Weird. But I guess you could have watched it on HBO Max, which I was going to buy HBO Max if we couldn't see it in the theater, because I was like, dude, screw it. I'll sign up for that. But it was great to see in the theater. The Eternals movie was not good. That was not good. Don't see that in the theater. Just stream it. Yeah, Dune has left, and fans have strong feelings. Because in response to Dune was among movies that subscribers could watch on the platform for 1 month at no additional cost. However, since Dune was released October 21, that means it has left HBO Max, and fans are sharing their strong feelings about that. For those who weren't able to check out Dune in theaters, HBO Max provided a welcome place. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I don't know where it's going to land for streaming because it was on HBO Max. It was on HBO Max and then not. So I don't know where it is now. I guess you're going to have to buy it on Blu-ray in January. Yeah, January 11th. So honestly, it's not that long. It's 6 weeks or something from now that it'll come out on Blu-ray, and I guess you could just buy it on Blu-ray. But I don't even have a Blu-ray player anymore. Wait, I think I do on this. I mean, not on this computer. Maybe on that computer? I think I have a Blu-ray player in a computer somewhere, but I definitely don't have one, like, hooked up to a freaking TV at this point in time. It's just weird. It's just weird to have an extra thing in the living room like that. And we've basically gotten rid of everything in our living room except the TV and the lights and the couches, you know, and kids' toys. We got lots of kids' toys up in there. Did we get no new members today? Oh, my God. We can't even change the membership number. What a bummer. All right. Well, either way. You would think it was prepared. You would think I was prepared. Controller and heater both failed a few months back on the main reef tank. Got a pair of clowns, blennies, snails, and nice plants, macro left. Yeah, that's one of those things with reef tanks is that, like, you could lose a controller and a heater and stuff like that and just have a real disaster on your hands. You know, that time where I had all my fish tanks in that warehouse and the warehouse itself lost power and I had tanks that froze, okay? I had tanks that had ice in them. That was miserable, but you know, it was weird. Not everything died in my reef tank. All my shrimp survived. All my reef shrimps survived, including a pistol shrimp. All the snails pretty much survived, which was crazy to think. And like 3 of the fish. Now, all the other fish died. All the other fish were dead. It was a cesspool of bad news. But a bunch of stuff in my reef tank actually survived the freezing temperatures. Somebody explain that to me because I just don't even understand it. I just don't even understand it other than they most likely had some kind of intestinal fortitude that I can't even hardly relate to, so I don't really know what happened. But they did survive, and I thought that was pretty interesting, you know. Seems like everybody's being pretty quiet in the chat now. Even though I put the chat back up. I put the chat back up here. People are being quiet today. I don't know why. Probably you guys are all in some kind of turkey coma, probably. You probably ate too many yams and pie yesterday, and now you're all in a weird coma. Let's see. Yeah. So the other thing was, what was the other thing? I've talked about the Ghostbusters. I talked about the. I don't know when I'm going to see the Ghostbusters. I'm very excited to see the Ghostbusters. I don't know when that's going to happen though. What was the thing? Oh yeah. There's a show that came out that's called Arcane, which is actually like based on League of Legends. And I'll admit, there are some streamers that I watch, or I don't watch, but play in the background that play League of Legends. I hear them talk about it sometimes. I've never played that game. I don't even know if it's any good. I don't know if that game is any good or any fun or what. But I will say that the animated Arcane series was quite good. It was based on League of Legends, I guess. I don't know how accurate any of that is. Could be completely inaccurate, but I thought that the series was quite enjoyable and was quite good. I've got a couple episodes left. I haven't watched the end, so nobody spoil it for me yet. But it was quite good. Michael Blue Blow just got here. All right, what's up, buddy? We were waiting for you. We were like, what's going on with the chat? It feels like chat's dead today. And Michael, what's up, dude? Where have you been, man? Where you been? I bet you're probably busy, so it's kind of rude of me to question, you know, where you been. Yeah, everyone's praising it. Haven't checked it out yet. Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I just kind of on a whim was like, oh hey, I'm getting this is getting pushed on me by Netflix. And admittedly, I thought it was really good. I thought it was very entertaining and definitely a step out from kind of the normal anime that you see, generally speaking. Aqua Blue Bear says, only seen the first 2 episodes. Don't be that guy. I don't even know how to be that guy with that episode or with that series because it's like, I don't know what's going on. Krager's Fish. Why don't Lake Tanganyika cichlids get any love on YouTube? Probably because cichlids are super boring. I mean, there are some Tanganyikan cichlids that I find to be interesting, but I don't think that I'll ever have them in. I don't know that I'll ever even have them in a tank. Like, I've got some really cool footage from the Frontosa tank that was in the Netherlands. But the thing is, like, that was a really cool tank. I think it was 5,000 gallons or something like that. It was a huge tank. It was full of really cool Frontosas. But I think, like, even if I was the owner of that tank, I don't think that I could even make videos about it. Because the fronties, they aren't even really doing anything, like, different on day to day. Like, they're sort of just existing in there. And, the off chance that you get them to breed or something like that, that's probably the most exciting thing that would happen. You can't keep a lot of hardscape in there unless it's nailed down. And once hardscape is sort of nailed down, it's sort of one-dimensional. Can't keep a lot of plants. So, I mean, I feel like there are a lot of Tanganyikan cichlids that are very interesting, like the Julichromis, like those are fantastic. And you could probably do some cool stuff with them. But generally speaking, most Tanganyikan cichlids are just going to kind of thrash a planet tank and whatnot. So I just don't even really... I just don't even really go there that much, realistically. And they're all kind of fairly aggressive. Like Tanganyika seems to be a wildly aggressive body of water, where most if something fits in a fish's mouth, it's going to be eaten, and it's got to figure out how to not get eaten. Typically by eating the other one, right? Like, that's generally the best defense that those fish have. And, I just think that because those tanks are so one-dimensional, you're not going to see a lot of content on them. Unless it's a video that's like, here's 1 hour of my fish tank, and it's just kind of the fish swimming back and forth like a screensaver. I think you could find a lot of videos about that. I think you could definitely find quite a few videos like that on YouTube, but it's not very engaging. It's just not very engaging content, and ends up getting, sort of dropped down on the list of recommendations, really. I think Big D Smoke is sleepy. Makes sense. Eat that much food, man. Kind of slip into a coma for a day. Hey, everyone. Just got back from some Black Friday shopping. How's everybody doing? We're doing okay. I think everybody's doing okay. I'm trying to stay away from Black Friday shopping, I found a vampire crab molly yesterday and thought I had a dead crab. Glad it was just a molt. Oh! You gotta be like, okay, yeah. It's always good when you find a molt and you're, like, freaked out and then realize, like, oh, my blood pressure's high for no reason. I gotta calm down. It's always kind of a nice feeling to go like, oh, everything's fine. I'm keeping Julichromis and multis. I like them a lot. Yeah, multis are pretty cool, for sure. And I've had them in the past, actually quite a long time ago. But got a tank with shells and stuff, and that's pretty much what that is. And it's like, I just don't know how much content like YouTubers could make out of it, realistically. Which is one of the reasons that I want members and patrons, right? It's like, how do I make time for doing projects like a multi-tank that realistically there's just not that much content to be made out of it. And then I could just have the tank and pay for the tank and feed the tank and take care of the fish and do the maintenance on the tank and all that kind of stuff, and actually have a reason to a full-on reason to do it other than just chewing up my sleep time, basically. That's kind of my issue. That's sort of my issue at this point, is going like, I have a kid, I have a family, I have a spouse, I got multiple jobs, I got the YouTube thing, I want some hobby time to just chill by myself. And not constantly just having to be like a productful member of society, like all the time. It's hard to be on all the time. You know what I mean? It wears you down. It really does. Regardless of who you are, it will eventually wear you down. Hello? Oh, I don't know. Hearing a weird noise in the background over there. It sounded like somebody was coming downstairs. Anyhow, it's hard to be on all the time, and just trying to figure out like how to free up time to make content and do things like make a multi-tank, and spend money on it and put it in there and spend time on it and just go like, how do I make content out of this in a real way? I'll check it out as soon as I finish catching up on the Wheel of Time. Oh, yeah. Alyssa says that show Arcane is pretty darn cool. We just got to a part that's awesome. After several other awesome parts, sorry for the spoilers. Spoiler alert. We're at the awesome part. Yeah, I mean, I just kind of came out of nowhere on that one because, like, I don't think I got hit with any promos or previews or any of that kind of stuff. I legitimately was like, all right, I'll check this out. And it kind of was like, first episode, like, I don't know, man. It feels like the production's really good. And I kind of like, I don't know, let me check the next episode. And then I kind of got sucked in and was like, oh. And it's a decent show to be watching after the kids go to bed. You know what I mean? If I'm going to watch something a little crass, a little violent, that kind of stuff, like, that's not for kids, which that's generally what I want to watch more often than not these days, because it's like I do a lot of stuff with Olivia. If we watch the Octonauts or the whatever kids shows we're always watching, and it's like, man, I just want to watch something that's not designed for a 3-year-old, Terry's Tropical Tank says, I slept through Black Friday. I feel failed as an American consumer. No, I think that's a victory. I think it's a victory to not succumb to the capital overlord motivated fake holidays, right? I think that's a victory. All right, let's not feel like failures. That's what we call a victory. Getting rest on a day that you're likely not working, right? Take the rest. I think that's the way to go. That's how to win. Michael Bublot says, big life changes happening right now. I've started a new career path as a carpenter, electrician, plumber. Friend of mine has taken me under his wing and is teaching me tons of skills. Loving it. Yeah, man, that's the way to go. I love doing construction stuff. I love building things. I like being able to finish projects, and there's a beginning, middle, and an end. It's fantastic to be able to do that kind of stuff. It's it's hard work, but it's rewarding. Especially when you have a finished project and you go, yeah. Adkins says, I had to get some more work pants and a new jacket for winter. Saved $150, spent $130. Ooh, man, I have to buy work pants fairly often because I even though I buy specific pants designed for work labor pants, I still burn holes through them and rip the seams and stuff like that all the time. And Vicky gives me a hard time about it, but it just is what it is. And it's one of the costs of doing business. Oh my God. Who's that in the background? Who is that? Oh my God. It's a spooky ghost. Is it my lovely spouse? She's making ghost noises. She's not being friendly at all. She's trying to be a spooky ghost. She a spooky ghost? Maybe. I don't know. Huh? Is Boone coming downstairs?
He came downstairs.
Boone the dog.
Boone the dog came downstairs.
Did he come all the way down?
Yes, he did. Come here, Booner Doodle.
Boone the dog is here.
Nope.
No, he doesn't like it down here.
Nope.
Is he going back up?
No, he's going to go sniff the laundry.
No, he's sniffing.
I came down for
Vicky's here. She's got an iron.
clothing iron for your sister.
Oh.
Hello. Luke, I am your father.
You're not Luke's dad. That would mean that you're Darth Vader. The dog's here.
Oh.
The Boone dog.
Sorry, Booners.
Hey, Booner Doodle. Go upstairs. Go on.
Come on, bud. Let's
Go on.
Come on. Let's go find Mama. Come on, bud.
He doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know how to turn around.
Boone.
Boone. Go out. Go on.
I didn't think he'd come downstairs. He's the
He's
first and only dog that's ever been downstairs.
First and only dog coming downstairs. This big old hound dog. Boom.
Come on, Booner Doodle. No, you can't. No, don't go on there. Did you see him? He was gonna go for the crawl space.
Oh yeah, don't go in the crawl space, dude. Yeah, don't do that. That's one of my sister's dogs. His name is Boone. He's a hound dog. He's like I don't know what he is. She got him in Kentucky when she lived out there, and I think I don't know how she got that dog, but I will say there's a high likelihood that she just got that dog from it walking around, because I know that the other dog that is here was just a stray dog in Kentucky. Like, it was just wandering around the streets, and my sister took it in and got it spayed and neutered and took it to the vet a bunch and got it taken care of. And, you know, there's different stuff going on in Kentucky. I don't know if you guys know about it, but it's different. It's a different place. We've been out there, and I'm just telling you, it's just a different zone. You know what I mean? It's just a different zone of the earth that you might not be prepared for. Oh, I'll have to take mine out for a dog real soon. What? Yeah, that's Boone. Boone the Booner Doodle. Yep. Well, same. I get the Dickies work pants. I go through them fast. Yeah, I had to stop wearing the Dickies pants because I just blew them out too quick. Especially the knees, man. The knees would just get holes in them super fast. So the pants I go with now are these Thrive. They're called Thrive work pants. What is this? Okay, I don't know what these pants are, but those are weird pants. Because I wanted to go with the Duluth trading pants, but the Duluth trading pants are not comfortable. But I think it's this company here, True Work. Is that right? Is these the Thrive pants? I don't know. Thrive Workwear. Here we go. Thrive Workwear pants. So they're pro. What are they called here? Let's see. Not cargo. Carpenter Tradesman's, I think. Those are the ones that I order. I'd have to look up my order, which I'm not going to do that right now because it's just kind of a pain in the butt. But they're like $80 a pair, which is pretty expensive. But I think every once in a blue moon, they send me a coupon. But I'll say this. So the Dickies pants are cheaper, right? Work pants. How much are the Dickies pants? Men's, let's see, Dickies. The Dickies pants are, which are the ones that I used to get? I used to get the work pants with the carpenter loop on them. How much are they, though? Let's see if we can't find them. Features, maybe? Men pants. They have so many different kinds of pants now. This is just wild. What is going on, guys? It's like you're a clothing company. Actors paint utility. Man, I don't know. It's been a while since I've looked for Dickie pants, but I think it's I used to get the double duck canvas. Yeah, the duck pants. Those are the ones. But the ones with the carpenter loop. Well, here's what's weird. So the duck pants are like $60, I think. Like $59.99. I don't know. A while back, I did the thing where I would go through multiple pairs of Dickies in the same amount of time the Thrive pants would last. So it was just cheaper to go with the Thrive pants and not have to buy so much stuff. Was basically the deal. But now I'm seeing that, like, oh no, that's not the right pants. These can't be the right pants. Whoops. Because I remember them being like $59.99, I think. And like I said, the Thrive ones are more expensive. But whatever, you know, nobody cares what I'm talking about right now. I'm literally just like looking at pants. Welcome to the live stream where I just look at pants. You know, that's how it goes around here. We had like a bunch of viewers, but then a bunch of viewers left. But did anybody show up and then hit the like button? Because that's really important these days, right? Because we got to hit 100 likes, or we just get rid of the episode. And we haven't hit 100 likes in a long time, so I'm just throwing it out there. It's something that's free. It's something that's free, and I can literally just be like, hey, hit the like button, or don't do the free thing. Price drop on an item that you viewed. Oh, a new laser line. Do you want lasers? Do you want lasers? This is how you get lasers. Oh my god, guys, this is how you get lasers. Okay, we don't want lasers. We don't need to deal with that. Strangely, I'm interested in what pants last forever and have usable pockets and whatnot. Yeah, so I mean, like I said, the usable pocket pants are the Thrive ones. So all the pockets make sense. It has a fifth pocket. It doesn't have the angly pockets. It has a belt loop that's functional. It's not so small that you can't stick a belt in it, which I don't understand having a belt loop that doesn't fit a framing hammer in it. That is just wacky. And like I said, they're like $79. But it's kind of just the cost of doing business. Like, you can't just show up to work without pants on. I mean, I've tried it, and they sent me home. They were like, dude, you can't be here with no pants on. All right, guys? And I was like, I was going for it. I was going for the gusto, bros. But they were just not a fan. They were not a fan of me being there with no pants on. That's, and it's a thing. That's a thing. It's just a thing that we all gotta deal with. But the Thrive pants I found to be the best. They seem to last the longest. All the pockets and the fit and everything seem to be legit. Steve Berti says, gotta be honest, I fell asleep. It's me, though. I'm lounging in a big recliner. Well, I would have fallen asleep by now, too, if I was in a big recliner. There's a sunbeam out there, too, on today, so that's pretty nice. We got that sunbeam out there. Pant tangent. Do. But Atkins says, yeah, I'll check those out. I don't like how fast the Dickies break down. Yeah. They don't last that long. That's really the problem with them. The catastrophic failure, as Vicky says. She has a bunch of pants that we're always like, oh, we're going to patch the knee. But it's like, we never get around to it. It's just it's low on the line item list. You know what I mean? To be like, patch knees in pants. You're just like, F it, Yeah. For whatever reason, the Thrive one seems to work out really well. And then I got a pair that like the butt seam blew out in, and I basically like I posted a review that was like, man, this sucks that the pants, these are great, but the butt seam blew out. And within like 10 minutes, they contacted me and were like, oh my God, what happened to your pants? Like, what happened? And I was like, the butt seam blew out. And they were like, dude, can you take a picture for us and send it? And I was like, oh, yeah, no problem. And so I took a picture of the butt seam and I sent it back to them. And they said, oh, well, we looked up your name. Can you send us your order number? And I was like, oh, well, all right. This is a pain in my ass. And so I sent them my order number, and they were like, okay, cool. And they sent me 2 new pairs to replace the pair that had apparently they sent an email that was like, we've found out that there was a slight issue from your report with the stitching there, and it looks like we've got it remedied on these new pants, and it was our fault and blah blah blah. So they just sent me 2 new pairs to make right, and I was like, oh well, there you go. That's customer service as far as I'm concerned. So because I didn't even complain to them, I just posted on there. The review was like, well, the butt blew out in these in not a lot of time. I think it was like maybe 6 weeks or something like that, you know, and I was like, dude, they should last longer than that. Come on. And they were like, dude, we better make it right, which to me seems like a good company and good customer service as far as I'm concerned. And that's why you don't eat gas station sushi. That's right. Exactly. Michael Bublé finds that my days are way more productive when I put pants on. Yeah, I mean, that's true. I don't think truer words have been spoken in a long time. I feel like a good pair of pants helps you not stab your legs with random things, too. Yeah, I mean, that's true. But also, you got to, like, build up calluses all over your body, right? You could be callous body man. I'm callous body man. Ba, ba, ba. And that's a cool new... That's a cool new thing. It's a... What do you call it? It's an animated series coming out on Netflix next week. Calloused Body Man, you know? Yeah. Engelbert Strauss have saved my legs many a time with glass in tanks slipping 10 to 15 years of use. Not need washed frequently, obviously, though. Engelbert Strauss. I don't know that I know anything about Engelbert Strauss. I'm going to check it out. Let's check it out. Engelbert Strauss. Engelbert Strauss workwear. Oh, my God. What? Oh, my God. You guys want me to have cookies? No. No cookies. Okay. There we go. Continue. No cookies. I don't want any web browser cookies. I don't want them. Don't want them. Is this like what is this like? Is this German? Is this German pants? Can you order these in the States? That's the question. That's the question that I have currently right now. Herzlich willkommen. I don't think you can order these in the States though. Where is that? Frankfurter Straub. Bibergermund. Oh my God, I don't even know. Can I order pants? Oh my God, I want to see if I can order pants from wherever these are from. We have some translation happening here. Clothing, men. Work trousers. Oh my God, let's look at some work trousers from Engelbert Humperdinck. Engelbert Humperdinck. Everything's in euros. Oh my God. What am I supposed to do now? How do I know what size everything's going to be? It's in weird... Oh, it includes VAT. Okay. It includes my taxes. Can I order these to the States, though? That's really the question. Oh my God. Forestry cut protection pants? Oh my God, dudes. Oh my God. I'm jealous of these pants. Look at these freaking pants, dude. These are dope. I want these pants. Hold on. Let me get my add source screen capture smart selector. There we go. Look at these pants. These are insane. Oh my God. I want a pair of these. There. Look at this. Oh, they even have they got the back strap. They got the back brace built in, dude. Oh my God. That's so good. These are good. Oh, I want them. But I don't know if I can have them. I don't think I can order these from wherever they're coming from. Oh my God, they have acid wash jeans version. Oh, these are pretty good. They got the bib and brace. Here we go. Look at the bib pants. Here we go. Look at these. You got the bib and the pants. Those are pretty good. You don't have to wear a belt anymore, my dudes. You know what I mean? You could throw on your pants. You don't even need a belt. You got shoulder belts. You know what I mean? That's pretty good, dude. Right. I don't know how much 53 euro is these days. I wonder what the exchange rate is. But I don't think you can buy these stateside and have them actually show up here. Zip-off trousers. Oh, so you can make them into shorts. You can have pants, but then to convert into shorts. So you can be like a tough UPS guy who refuses to wear pants in the winter for some reason. We don't really know why. We don't know why. We don't know why they do that. Why do the UPS guys have a competition about who can wear shorts the longest? It just doesn't make... It really doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Let's be honest here, guys. It doesn't... Be like, oh, I'm tough. My legs are cold. Like, okay, well... Is that a sign of toughness? Is that a sign of toughness that we need to acknowledge, like as humans, that you're so tough that you don't mind your legs getting cold? I guess maybe it's a toughness factor that I don't understand. All right, we're coming up on the 2-hour mark, and it looks like as Zipgun says, leave it to the Germans to overbuild pants. That's right. Let me check my viewer activity. Viewer activity, no super chats. Nobody super chatted today. Nobody became a member today. Did anybody become a patron today? I doubt it. I didn't even share the Patreon. Oh, I should probably share the Patreon. Is that what I should do? Here we go. Copy. Where the hell? Because I have to remind people that Patreon is a place that you could go and you could sponsor the channel for as little as $1 a month, and because it's hey, it's Black Friday on Patreon, but it's always Black Friday on Patreon. You can get 20% off if you get the yearly subscription, or is it 10% off? Sorry, not 20% off, 10% off if you get a yearly subscriber. If you become a yearly subscriber on Patreon, you can do it for less than $1 a month. Comes out to $10.80, I think. But there's sales tax on it now, so don't quote me on your sales tax in your area. Yeah, I don't know. But you could do that, and there's the link for it. www.patreon.com/JOEL_C. Very easy to get to. You can find it over there. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. I got to go pee. So that's going to be the end of the show today. Because there's nothing else to talk about. Yeah, nothing else to talk about now. So, yeah.